friends. It is I, Paige the Puppet, with another all ages video for my friends. In this video, we're going to be talking social media with Kim Free from Small Town Girl Promotions. And yeah, you get to meet her and learn some of the specifics that you need to know for social media. I mentioned last week that social media is one of the ways that you can get a coverage for free, that you can promote your business for free, but you have to know how to do it and know how to do it well in order for it to work. And sometimes it's just easier to let someone else take care of the promotions. But even when you do that, you need to know the basics. So that's what we're talking about today on Paige the Puppet.
Know what you want and never give up.
Don't try to pour from an empty cup. Champagne marketing on a beer budget.
It's business advice from Paige the Puppet.
Hi, friends! If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. You are so awesome and I love you. If you're new here, hi, nice to meet you. If you're a creative, independent, small business owner who loves puppets and detests direct sales, I think you are going to love me. I am Paige the Puppet. My purpose is to empower, educate, and be a transparent example of a creative, independent business owner. With the help of Mama, who is a skilled communicator with over 20 years of experience and certifications in small business coaching, training, facilitation, economic development, communications, and leadership. She likes to learn and share what she learns. Her name is Patricia with a Y. We want to support and inspire you through reviews, interviews, deep dives, and lessons that will help you build your business skills. If that sounds good to you, like this video and be sure to click on the bell so you can be notified when I upload or go live. Now that we have that out of the way, I need to do a couple of disclaimers before I dive into today's content. Well, I am a certified business coach by proxy. I am not your small business coach unless you hire me specifically. So all the information in this video and any video I produce is generalized. Please consult the appropriate professionals for your circumstances. Well, this video is not sponsored. This is a money-making venture. So I do make liberal use of affiliate links here and on my website. And I do encourage you to hire Mama or buy one of her courses to support this channel. And now that we had that out of the way, I have a very special guest today, and before we begin, I just have to be completely transparent. Mama is currently in negotiation with Miss Kim's team to take over my social media. So we are connected in that way. You know, I'm always transparent about who is here, but that's not why she's here. I'm hiring her because she is smart and she is good and I love her. And her name is Kim Free. And I invited her here for two reasons. Number one, she is very, very skilled in social media and with helping specifically small business owners, because it's different for small business owners than it is for big owners. And because she is also a home based entrepreneur who is working from home while being a mom. So, for those two reasons, she is here. And just thank you, Kim, for joining me today.
Thank you, Paige, for having me. I'm so excited.
Kim, now that I've introduced you, I would like just for you to introduce yourself in your own words, because yours might sound a little more professional than my gushing.
That's fine. Thank you, Paige. So hi, everybody. I'm Kim Free. I'm the owner and CEO of STGP, Small Town Girl Promotions, located in Little Sundre, Alberta. I love helping small business owners. This is where your mama and I align, Paige, for sure. I love helping small business owners and independent business owners make the most out of their time and money spent on social media and online advertising. So I've been helping small business owners for over 10 years unofficially, and I launched my business in 2017. So been at it for a while, not as long as your mama, I don't think though. And one of my first experiences, because I love coffee and have a coffee addiction for sure, is I walked into my favorite local coffee shop and had a conversation with the owner and I said, "Hey, Allison, why don't you put up a little poster that says, follow us on Facebook? And then when you get more people following you on your Facebook page, you could let them know about your daily specials." And that was a new concept at the time. And I exchanged my expertise and I even printed the poster for her and delivered it back to her. I exchanged that service for, free coffee and turkey sandwiches. So I love women supporting women. I love small business supporting small business. So that's where I'm at.
My first question for you is in the realm of social media. When it comes to creative, independent small business owners, time is of the essence. If there was just one social media outlet that you would recommend if they can't do it all or they can't hire someone like you, which one is the best bang for the buck?
Great question, Paige. So there are a lot of up and coming social media platforms and new ones pop up all the time. And it can be tempting to get that, shiny object syndrome and to go and try all of the newest things and all of the hottest trends. But from my perspective, there are a few of the big guys in the pond who are attracting the largest number of users. So the number one most visited website in the world is Google. That comes without a surprise, right? But number two, oftentimes they're neck and neck, is YouTube and Facebook. So YouTube and Facebook are the most often visited social media platforms, and Facebook doubles the number of monthly users compared to Instagram. So I know Instagram is really popular, but Facebook is still double that. So if you're looking for bang for your buck and trying to reach the most people in your target audience, with a limited budget or limited time or both, I would recommend Facebook, especially if you're hitting that age demographic of between 20 and up to, maximum up to our grandparents and things. Facebook has a wide age demographic. And so most people in Canada especially do use Facebook regularly. If you are loving video content like you are, Paige, I know, then YouTube can be a thing, but it does take a little bit more time and effort, I would say.
And you started to do a really amazing training for those people who want to do it themselves. Now, Mama's reached a stage where she knows how to do it for herself, but she wants to free up her time and have somebody else take care of that sort of thing. So you can go through different stages
Mm.
as you grow your business or as you operate your business at different stages of life. So at that stage where somebody wants to do it themselves, they need to know things. Can you
They
tell
do.
us about the course that teaches them the things?
Yeah, all the things. So I took everything that I know, Paige, about online marketing and specifically social media, and specifically Facebook and Instagram, because those are my favorites and where I think you can get the most traction for your the small business owner's limited time and budget. And I put all of my knowledge into this course. So we cover everything from graphic design to how to write a caption, how to create a basic video, how to do some basic video editing, how to build a Facebook ad and how to use Facebook Ads Manager and this crazy thing called a Facebook Pixel. What the heck is that? And how do you use it? And why would you want to use it? What else do we cover? Oh man, how to know when your target audience is on your social media platforms. So knowing when to schedule. It's about who, what, when, where, why. Who are you trying to reach? What are you posting? When should you post it? Where? So which platforms are you going to use to reach your target audience? And why? Like, what is your why, and how can you work that into your social media plan and strategy?
That is excellent. I will make sure that we put on the screen now, editing Paige will put the link to that so that people can go and learn more about that particular program. Now, the next question I want to ask you has more to do with your little one and the wisdom you might have on time management because you are a busy business owner with employees. You are not a solopreneur anymore. You've branched off and now you've got employees and you've got a husband and you've got a child and you've got dragons. Okay, maybe not the dragons, but
Sometimes.
how do you manage it all? What's your advice?
Well, I love a few strategies. So, you might be like me, Paige. Do you ever overthink things and you're laying in bed at night and you're thinking about the things that you did today and thinking about the things that you're doing tomorrow and you can't sleep because your brain just keeps going and going and going? Because as a mom, we have to handle it all. We handle the grocery getting and we have to remember that we ran out of Ziploc bags and we need those on our next shopping trip. And oh man, library is coming up next week. All of the things and business stuff, right? So if you're anything like me, your brain just keeps going and going. So what I love to do is called a brain dump. I take my notebook, my handy dandy notebook, and I write down all the things that I have to remember, whether it's business or home life or anything. And then I have that to-do list so then I can sleep at night so I don't have to try to remember everything. And then every morning in the morning, I have this little notepad and I write down 3 things from my big to-do list onto my little to-do list. And that keeps it manageable for me because that big to-do list is quite intimidating at times. So when I just have 3 things that I need to accomplish, it seems manageable. I feel good when I accomplish those 3 things, and I feel like I'm being productive in my day.
That is excellent advice. Now, I must confess, I can't relate. I think about nothing. I open my mouth and the things come out. Just the words, it's the way it works. And Mama, she's a princess and she saves 20 hours a week by not having to be responsible for the things that most women in North America are responsible for because she doesn't do the cooking, the cleaning, or the shopping, and she doesn't do most of the social planning that women need to to do most of the time. That's how I exist. I exist in the time that most women have to spend on those things. Just in case you're wondering how she manages to operate a business, and me, is because, she's a little bit of a princess on the home side. So anyways, but that is very good advice for those who do have things on the mind all the time. You can get through that. There are strategies and a to-do list, and prioritizing that to-do list is just one strategy that you can use to help keep it in control. Because Mama doesn't believe either that there is balance. You talked about the wave earlier, how we ride the waves of life. Mama, sometimes she calls it a roller coaster, and other people have different ways of describing it. And ultimately, I like to think of it as juggling, because you have the different balls in the air all the time. Some people call it different hats. I would not want to wear so many hats. That would get hot. So I like the juggling analogy, because we don't get out of it no matter what kind of business we have.
Can I
Yay.
add to your juggling
Oh,
analogy?
absolutely. Let's do
Yes.
another analogy. And for
Yes.
those of you who are watching in the comments, can you think of a good analogy for what it is to be a small business owner? I think it'd be interesting. So what's your analogy, Kim?
Well, building upon the juggling analogy, oftentimes I feel like I have so many things to do on my to-do list, and there's not enough possible hours in the day. And I think that a lot of small business owners feel that as well. So I recently, it was my business manager actually that talked to me about, you're juggling all of the balls, you're trying to keep all of the balls in the air, but sometimes you just can't, and you have to let some of those balls fall. And so at that point, it's about deciding or evaluating which of the balls are glass and which are rubber, because some of the things you can let go and they will bounce and they'll survive. But other things like, paying your employees on time, those are glass balls, and you want to make sure that you are catching those for sure.
Absolutely. And another analogy that we could use to extend upon that is that you can choose which balls to put down. You don't have to let them drop necessarily, but you can put them down. And that's about making choices and making wise choices for yourself and your business. It's possible, ladies and gentlemen. You can do it. And all you need is the right support. Speaking of support, where do you draw your support from?
A variety of places. My family, my friends. I have a networking group. I love Wow Women in Business, and I feel not so alone as a female entrepreneur because of that group. And my employees, yeah, I'm the boss lady, whatever, but I believe in open and honest communication. So when I'm having a bad day, I don't pour it onto my employee's plate or anything, but we have a close enough relationship that we can say to each other, I'm not having the greatest day. How about you? And we support each other that way. And I think that's a healthy way to be a business owner and to be in a work environment, is just to be open and honest about where you're at any moment in any day, because we're human. Yeah, we're working, but we also have feelings, and we need to be aware and cognizant of that in ourselves and in each other.
That is awesome. And we should point out that yours is a virtual team. So it's really kind of cool that you can have that closeness on a day-to-day basis, well, even when you're not in the same space, that you can share space in the webs, I guess, is where the communication is. That is awesome. I think that about wraps up what I had to ask you, because we do have to remember that our audience is creative, independent business owners, and that means they're busy. So I like to make sure my episodes are about the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. Oh, that reminds me of my question. What is your favorite type of coffee? You mentioned that you love it. Do
I
you have a
do.
favorite?
So I love coffee so much that I was spending too much money at my local coffee shop, and I love supporting my local businesses, but we also must maintain our financial budgets, right? So I got an espresso maker last Christmas, and now I love grinding those dark roast beans and having fresh ground beans, and then making myself a cappuccino with some 2% milk and hugging that cup nice and close. I love the heat of it. I love the smell of it, and drinking it. It feels like a special treat. And it's one way that I treat myself and yeah, maintain my sanity a little bit. But of course, on the weekends, still, I love to visit the small independent coffee shops. There's one in Olds called Cocoa Tree Bakery, and they make the best pumpkin spice latte. She even pre-creates her whipped cream with real pumpkin. So she doesn't use those nasty fake flavorings. It's all like natural deliciousness.
Oh, that sounds so awesome. I will make sure to put that link on the screen just in case anybody in my audience is in that old area. You can check out that spot. And yeah, that's so awesome. I really like how you are looking after your finances and how you're still treating yourself. As we were talking about on a previous episode with Jazz, the self help puppet, treating yourself is so important. That self care. You can check that out. Mom will put that in the a box up above if you want to link to that self-care episode. But it is really important, and taking care of your finances is important. You need to treat yourself, but also make sure you're taking care of that bank account, because money does not grow on trees, as we know as small business owners, even if the munchkins around us don't get it, right, Miss Kim?
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, before I let you go, is there anything that I missed in my questions that you think is really important for creative, independent small business owners to know?
Yeah, I think one thing I would talk about is having a strategy or having a plan. I believe that with most things, you can't achieve success. You can't be successful without a plan first. So every business should have a marketing strategy, an overall marketing strategy, which includes all of the things. But underneath that marketing strategy, there should be a section that is a social media marketing strategy. So what are your goals with your social media? Who are you trying to reach? Where are you reaching them? And what is your posting plan? So figuring out what types of content you want to put out there and what resonates best with your target audience, and then creating a posting plan so that you know what the heck you're posting. So you're not posting on the fly thinking, oh man, I have to create a Facebook post today. What am I going to do? And then just shooting something off without any pre-thought or strategy. So my best advice is to have a plan, have a strategy, and that just makes life easier and more successful.
Oh, you are so right. That is the best advice ever. And I know that my viewers will enjoy some of the episodes coming up, because we are going to talk about planning and strategy and how to make one when you're already so busy. Because sometimes people struggle with that. It's like, okay, I know I'm supposed to plan, but I have no time to plan. So
Yeah.
I don't get a plan. So I keep flying by the seat of my pants, and you keep on going and going and going and going and going and going. Like, in a hamster wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Kim, for joining me today. I have enjoyed talking to you, and I'm sure Mama and you will come to some sort of mutual agreement soon, and we will have an announcement here once that is finalized. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that it was helpful to you. If you have a suggestion for a future episode, Drop it in the comments below or send me an email, paige@paigethepuppet.com. So I hope you'll join me next week. And in the meantime, if you're a creative, independent small business owner who'd like to learn more about any of the topics I covered today, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you want to fast track your learning curve, book an appointment with Mama. The link is in the description. Till next time, my friends, have an amazing rest of the week. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.
Know what you want and never give up.
Don't try to pour from an empty cup. Champagne marketing on a beer budget.
It's business advice from Paige.